Hey there YouTube, I'm Ikitsu, this is the Ikitsu Times. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to a little bit of Endless Space 2 as we continue trucking along with this game. Continuing our burgeoning empire that is theoretically about maybe trade? Potentially? I don't know. And we're just stomping our way through some enemy systems there. Getting a good minus 88 on some of these systems with our new weapons, so that's hopefully going to smash through that place fast enough for me to do some real smackdown damage to it. Let's see here. Be the first one to raise one of your heroes to level 9. Apparently I'm the first one to do that. We got 75 of the antimatter, which is a little bit unfortunate. We've actually got a fairly large antimatter reserve. We got the Orichalcix, we would actually be able to do a little bit more with that. Enemy invader popping in. Let's go ahead and kill this thing. Are these guys still using... This guy doesn't have any weapons and has no defenses. What the hell? Okay, well, whatever. Let's just have at it with our gouges. It'll run away, that's fine. And off it goes to that direction, whatever. Not really our concern, but yeah, we're starting to get to the point where we've got a little bit more in terms of our productive capabilities, and our ability to build scary warships has certainly increased, so that's all pretty good there. I don't necessarily know that I need to head over here or anything like that. We've got some other factions that are willing to be our puppets, but let's just check this out over here. Okay, battle at jail. Let's go ahead and just beat back this patrol here. Arc 6 is capable of doing that pretty damn effectively. And what we could do potentially here, well, we could actually... I think we'd probably just wait till this fleet hits, and then we sort of crush this fleet, because it does have a battleship, a corvette, and an escort. It's a fairly... It's a fleet. It's not exactly a difficult-to-kill fleet, but I don't want to fight it with just the one ship that we got there, so... let's go ahead and not. Okay, so this planet could potentially be good depending on what we got here. Doubt that's going to be anything. Those signals are rarely... Yeah, oh, okay, that's nice. Increase in militarism, that doesn't matter. Okay, but what's nice about this is that actually lets me build another wonder that I wasn't able to build before. This lets us actually get that trade clearing bureau that we were looking at earlier. So this increases our star system trade value by 200% and gives us another 50 income per turn. So that's a pretty good one for us to grab, and then we could also go ahead and grab something like the anomaly thing. Any of that stuff is pretty good for us to get, so gonna want to grab that up. Still like 4 turns away from another arc. That's fine. That's plenty of stuff that I'm going to be able to do other than that. I'm considering anchoring this arc here, but I kind of don't want... It looks like I can't anyway, so... let's grab these guys over here, figure out where we can send them. You could head these guys over here and then sort of set them towards Sing. That might be an okay idea. And we can hit next turn here already. Mineral manipulation, it's going to take us a hell of a long time, it looks like. Yeah, so the problem here is that we've got like a really crappy trade route here, but... well. As our trade empire becomes more complex, it becomes stronger and stronger, so... okay, so let's go ahead and fight this. Yeah, we're able to crush that pretty easily. Looks like their battleships are the short-range variant, and again, the short-range variants. So barrage fire is going to be perfectly fine. We're up against 4 ships, so that's a nice 8% increase to our firepower there. And they're just going to run away, so that's fine. But if I want to definitively push up that way, I kind of want to have more ships at the helm, so... Might be a good idea for us to sort of build more ships there. Graphius looks like they're ready to do a little bit here. They've got virtually no population, so it's not necessarily a great idea for me to get something like the level 2 market, although it's only 1 turn to get it, so you know what, I think we'll grab it, and then we'll get the public-private. And what have we got here? We've got 1 planet with anomalies, so we get 1 planet that gets good science from the magnetic field generators. Everything else kind of doesn't get that much. And again, not very much out of the interplanetary transport network either, so kind of probably just looking at doing this much. We could even go ahead and pay for the public-private partnerships. Looks like we actually had some spillover productivity there, maybe, but maybe not actually. If I rush this, I could also then get some warships production going, and this only costs 2.2k, and I need the science fast, so I'm actually going to pay for that. After that, we're going to start working on some brands, because the production output of this place is actually quite high. Looks like we've got another fight over here. That's lovely. Who do I want to fight with? Let's actually fight with these guys. Alright, so we got an Imposer Type 5, and it is, again, a short-range type ship, so let's go ahead and just pummel it into oblivion without it being able to even fight back. As we do, as we are wont to do. These guys are down to 160. I think in one more turn we're going to be ready to take over Iena, and then we're actually going to set the ship down there. Ooh, new skills for Inav Saint whatever. Okay, and we can go ahead and give him Efficiency Aficionado here. And where the hell is he? Graphius. Yeah, and since this place has actually a bunch of hot plants, that's actually really good. 3 of these plants are considered hot, and one of them's a gas burning, so the production output in Graphius is really, really high. Okay. Well, this is looking okay. I'm okay with this. 656 income a turn. We could probably be getting higher, but not necessarily sure that I need to. Alright. I think next turn we're going to be able to siege Iena pretty easily. So we'll check out the numbers here. Yeah, they're down to 72. I don't really need to get down to 0 quite. Support plus... oh, wow. Okay, that's nice. Plus 15% or plus 10% income. That's really good. They want a truce. I'm going to refuse because I want that one planet. So I'm going to refuse. This is going to cost us a lot of diplomatic capital, but we'll be able to continue the war for a little longer, and that's quite important for us. At the very least, we need to take Iena. And that will get us that Transvine that we wanted to see. Okay, so I'm going to grab these guys and have them do the planetary invasion. 600 of our troops versus 7 infantry and 2 tanks, so that should be pretty one-sided. We'll go ahead and do preemptive bombardment again. And Iena is now ours. Can go ahead and land our crusade here. And we've still got a nice fleet in orbit as well, so this place is pretty damn good. And we've still got these things underway too, so we don't have to redo that. But this is also a pretty good planet here in a lot of senses. Look at that. It's a hot planet with seismic activity and dense atmosphere. Dense atmosphere is actually quite nice. Seismic activity is kind of a mixed bag, honestly. I don't really like it because we want to get dust. 2 ash worlds, though. So, yeah, all in all, pretty good, though. Yeah, they tried to actually protect system instead of trying to do the smart thing, which is conscript. Alright, let's hit that button here. What do we want to do next? Well, I want to kind of fight my way down to Sing, but I actually want this to stay here in Iena. So we're actually going to leave that one as is. Building up more ships, though, in Graphius, and we could definitely send them up somewhere. Like, we could send it to Saf, actually, and that would be a pretty good place for me to take. Looks like we got some stuff sieged down in Pleione. Let's see here. Competitive quest info food fight. So they'll have the most food in 4 turns, which I don't really care about. There's no way in hell I'm doing that one. What the hell's pressure cessation even mean? They want me to give them 2,000 dust? Refuse and declare war. I get a free war declaration. Thank you very much. Whatever. Okay. You just declared war on me, basically. You're like, do this or else there will be war. And I'm like, war, bro. And they're like, oh shit. No, seriously, we didn't mean it. We're just peaceful little guys. Why would you can't do this to us? And we're like, oh yeah, we can. And yeah, no, that's how that works. Okay, well, whatever. So this ought to kill this thing off since it's at like less than 60% health, so should automatically kill that. Yep. Alright. So yeah, we're now technically at war with these guys, but they're going to be being pressured by these guys over here. So maybe I talk to the Lumeris in terms of diplomacy here. So we could go for peace and see what they say here. Yeah, they're quite happy with that. I don't really need anything for that, so we could just outright ask for peace. That would cost me a lot of my political influence, though, so we're going to close that and just be at war with a guy without any allies. Alright, so whatever. It's because I'm not going for a particularly diplomatic stance here anyway. How long have we got here? 6.4, so I'm going to rush that wonder, because it's always a good idea to rush those if you can. And since we're going for a money strategy, rushing stuff is actually how we get stuff done in this empire. Primus, okay, we haven't got anything being built here. Could go for something like Denark University, but it's not really necessary. Let's just go for brands. Keep expanding the Navy. Yeah, because this is the reason I can't really like settle here. I have to sort of also push over to idiotics, which is annoying, but whatever. Okay, let's hit and turn here. Yeah, if we could get a fleet of proper ships here from Primus up to Jaya, I could actually push out into Yetics, and then I can settle Jaya. Send another garrison up to from Primus to Jaya as well, so... Alright, we got the Intergalactic Technology Center, ITER, and we get a lovely bonus in terms of science, so this will help a lot. Reducing the cost of the science is pretty important for us, because we have really crappy science gains here. We should actually be finished this brand before these fleets can get here, and this is actually a pretty good fleet because they've got three imposers, which are their higher tier ships, and they've got those really powerful short-range beam weapons as well. One of the things that we'll have to probably do is pop our arc up and then finish off whatever survivors there are, but I should probably actually be eventually getting the tech that gets us even more fleet cap. So we've got these ones, and now I have to get hardened allies, which will take us 4 turns after that one, which will get us another 3, get us to 10, increase our manpower caps as well, so that's all well and good. After that we could get improved fleet management maybe if I wanted to get OPEX gear, but I don't think I would need OPEX gear. So I could probably actually do titanium electroplating and survival suits and get both the defensive modules, which is actually kind of nice. Would also get us access to the basic flotilla shield and as well the adamantine salvager, the adamantine salvager being utter crap, but whatever. Let's see here, what else have we got? Strategies, it would let us get access to things like irradiation, which is not that good, long defense, which is kind of okay, diplomatic immunity, which is actually really amazing if you use the right kind of composition. It's not one that really fits with the Vodyani that well though. Basically what it does is it makes it that your ships can't fire at all, and you get humongous bonuses to defense for that. So Infallible Authority is what we're definitely going to go for here, and Vox Populi as well, so we're going to apply those skills there. This one's actually really good because it's +1 to all FIDSI per hero level on all my planets as long as he's in the Senate, so basically every single population I've got is improving everything that I've got there. Wow, 3.7k income now. So that's all really well and good. Let's move our ships, see what they're up to. I kind of want to hop up to Mayonnaise and Mayonnaise, whatever. Do a quick search here. Ooh. More of these things, so... I think we already figured out what those were in terms of what they did, but let's just double check. Yeah, it just reduces unhappiness in the system, so I definitely still want to go for Transvine as our secondary one. So what we're probably going to do is actually go like Transvine and then Deciduous again, and you can stack up more Deciduous, so what we end up with is like more money per person, so, and this ends up being a humongous bonus later on, so pretty okay with that idea. I should probably actually just chuck like a scouting up this way at some point, or actually send a scout up that way, because I need to go there eventually. Other than that though, yeah, I don't really care too much about the scouts, so that's fine. That's all fine. Okay, this is looking okay. Ah, and I have to get in a fight over here. So... yeah, I think they consolidate all these fleets together, so I kind of want to fight with them with the arc, so let's go ahead and do that. And it actually gives me a decent advantage here. So we'll go with Barrage, gives us a nice plus 10% damage. Should be able to at least kill some support ships before they even come in range, and yeah, I don't even think we took damage. Oh, they ran away, so course we didn't take any damage. Okay. What I'm probably going to do here is upgrade this fleet, potentially, and start sending it up, but I need to get at least another few ships here, so that's the problem. So, let's get another click. Alright, Iena now got some of the more basic stuff there. I kind of want to get a trade route from there, but for now this is kind of okay. They're now welcoming, so it's going to be a little bit cheaper and easier in future to get them on our side, which is lovely. We get access to another arc at this turn, so where are we going to build our arc? I'm thinking Iena, and then we push down to places like Tikal, or we push up towards places like Self. So I'm thinking, actually, let's push up to Self. Archetype 6, I think, was what we were going for, and I think that's actually okay. We are going to need things like AI labor here, though, and predictive logistics, so let's go ahead and grab those. But let's just double check our arc design here, make sure this is actually up to date. Not actually sure that these are up to date here. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Big, it's beefy, it does the job, so let's go ahead and close that up. Let's actually check, what design have we got for this? Let's see, what have you got here? Yeah, you've got the impervious gear and a Hyperium engine, so I should probably actually edit this a little bit, but not super worried about that right now. Alright, weapon 8, we should be able to kill it with barrage fire, so we will. 8.7 thousand in the bank, or 8.2 thousand, I mean, 3.7 income. Okay, interesting. Efficiency aficionado, more production, more production. Here in Graphius, if I could, I would actually buy a brand. That would actually be really helpful, but looks like we're just going to have to build them. Should actually go ahead and pop this one out, though. Let's upgrade all these guys. Merge these fleets up. Now we've got a 6-strong fleet, 3 pretty up-to-date gouges, and then we're up against an imposer fleet of people that we should actually be able to kill one, and then kill the next one, and then kill the next one before they can get into range with too many of them. But whatever gets in range is going to be really, really dangerous to us. So we do have to watch out a little bit. God damn it. What have they got in their invader types? Yeah, it's the same sort of crap. I do wish that the AI would properly like itemize against this kind of offense, because we have the ability to sort of use whatever the hell kind of weapon we need to. Alright. Yeah, so that's all fine. This guy gets to here this turn. Go ahead and launch a beacon up this way. Send this guy down to Tsing. See if we can see anything. This guy, on the other hand, we're going to get him back to Pleone because we actually have a chance of slowing down something here at the very least. We don't actually have the ability to stop this from becoming colony, but we can slow it down a little bit. Huh. Forgot about this. Okay, well, whatever. Gossamer and Gossamer. Okay. How long have I been sieging this place? Would have been funny if I could actually like take it out with this guy. Alright, let's head down to Kras because we're not at war with these guys. Actually, I should actually just send this guy to Ying. That'll get me some vision. Alright, now what have we got going on? I think we just hit end turn here. And I think we're okay with officially supporting our religious faction again. It's not as though actually our religious laws at this point are really that helpful, but I think, do we get another one? Species stability, though, is so good, and Righteous Fury is really, really good, so let's see here. Spoils of War, so is the new one. And we could also lower the fleet costs. They're willing to give me 4,400 dust for a truce, and I honestly have no particular reason to continue forward into them, and I also am not getting a ton of Empire. Wait, where the crap did this come from? 1.9 thousand. Huh. Well, that's mysterious. Alright, so we've got a fleet here, 10 stack fleet. Pretty dangerous, actually. But we do have to fend it off. Now, what I want to do here is actually potentially unanchor this arc before we get into this fight, but the odds are probably, I think, in my favor if I get in a fight here. So what have they got here? 370 and 357. What have we actually got for firepower on these guys? 551 and 89 for these guys. So the 551 is actually pretty formidable. Now we're going to actually do a bit of a weird strategy here. We're going to opt to barrage fire here. I'm going to actually watch this one because this could potentially be an interesting fight. Oops, shit, I did that. They actually ran. Holy shit. Okay, that's interesting. Create that fleet there. And we're going to upgrade these guys, but we're also going to create a separate fleet with 3 of them. And that creates a separate fleet there. And then we create a fleet between these guys, merge them together. And we're going to send these guys down to Volans because they'll be able to intercept there. Then over here, we're going to go ahead and get another... Ooh. +5 population on sterile planets. What have we got here for steriles? 2. But it's the Zeon cartels that could potentially be quite good in some of our places. Is this one of the happy ones? This is one of the happy ones, so I don't really need it there. We've also got our new arc here, so we're going to start sending this guy up to Self. I'm going to actually send our brands up to Self as well, which is a bit risky, but what we're going to also do is just scout down this way, see what's going on, and potentially also just buy a brand here. So might be a better idea to have bought the predictive logistics, but this will work, I think. So hopefully we're faster than these guys' ships, but you never know. Oh shit, they settled under me. And we're in a peace treaty instead of temporary. Okay, well that's unfortunate. Wasn't paying enough attention there. I might actually do something quickly here, just roll back a turn, because I could have settled here, and I should have. I wasn't paying attention to that though. Okay, and so we're back. So having fixed that up, all we did was just quickly colonize that before they could do anything, and we're now at peace, so they can't really do anything about that. Same terms of peace and so on and so forth, so it didn't really make a huge difference as far as that goes. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves our Boars Guild Bourse. Since we don't need the happiness on this particular planet, and we got plenty of sterile stuff, that is going to work out quite well. It does mean I kind of want to get like a trade depot here in this place, but we can also still just get the Boars Guild Bourse without the trade, so we'll see how that goes for us. Got our enemy fleet here that's still hopped in. I forgot to go deal with that, so we'll go ahead and do this again. And what I actually wanted to do, why can I not advance? There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually just chuck everybody into the central one, and we'll see if they'll let us fight this one. But what this does is it makes that like a couple groups actually can't fight back against my ships here, which is a very, very cheap thing to do if you happen to be against those short-range ships, because they can't fire across those longer space lanes. Go ahead and grab up. Well, we'll take you, upgrade, and we'll grab these 3, make them into a new fleet there. And again, send you guys off down to here. Actually, Primus, I think we were going to build some more ships, but actually now that I think about it, we don't really need them right now since we're only fighting the one group. We only need sort of the planets that we're having build ships. We've got our arc over here from Iena, so we can send this arc up and just cheese their capital or something like that. Where am I getting all this influence? I don't really understand that. Alright. Well, off we go with that there. And I kind of wanted to send these guys off to Tikal and Tsing, but it's a bit risky. A little bit risky. I think we were going to send off a probe this way, but... Or I think we did, but I forgot to redo it. Either way, let's get these ships and head them on over to Tikal first, I suppose. And we'll need to rush a brand here is what we were doing, so... should be fine, and after that we'll have plenty of industrial capacity to get buildings up and ready fast. Alright, and you can start getting, again, these inundation of dusts from our leaders. Increase that amount of dust that we're getting per turn. Now getting 3.8 thousand per turn in dust, which is pretty good. Not exactly game-winning amounts yet, but certainly on the path. Increasing every turn too, so okay, so we got our increase to fleet command points. After that, though, now that we've got our sort of cap here at 10, I'm actually going to refuse these guys since we can still make gains here. Someone else has gotten the most food. Your assist, what? What? How? Alright, interesting. So yeah, they constitute a defeated civilization. They would owe me a tribute of 64 dust per turn for 5 turns and would pay me 1,000 outright, but I'm much more likely to actually get a bunch of stuff off them if I keep fighting, so we're going to keep fighting. I still haven't actually got access to the market, which is hilarious, but careful sweeping here, probably a good idea. Could go for that. We would need crust engineering if we really want to make use of that, though. Galactic Security Charter instead, probably the more sensible option. Also commercial encryption, so let's go ahead and grab that. The reason is that to get access to the quantized economics, we actually have to have 5 adamantium, so I would need crust engineering from crust, adamantium refining from crust engineering to get that, so it would kind of suck. Gamma absorption would also get us the antimatter, but we have tons of antimatter for some reason, so not really too worried there. Did they slip out of my radar or something? I think they somehow slipped under my radar there. Huh. Holy shit. That is quite the fleet they've got headed towards somewhere. I'm not really sure where, honestly. Alright, we'll just have these guys blockade up there. Get these guys down here, destroy this little trade ship, which is always nice. A little bit of cash. 900 cash, that's actually pretty good. Then we can just slowly bombard this place down, which I mean actually quite quickly bombard that place down. Okay, good. Over here they've got a bunch of weapon 8s that's not really going to be able to hold off against even a single arc, so that's all well and good. Okay, that's all fine. I think that we're doing okay. So yeah, I think that we might have a fleet bouncing to Volans, but I'm not really sure about that. They might have slipped past me too quickly for me to actually respond to that. I'm actually going to have this Oculus just head to Tikal for now. Do I want to suicide into Sing with it? Because like I could potentially get something out of that, but it would be risky. I don't know. For now, let's just hit next turn. So Jay's going to have some weird influence problems. Like, it's actually impossible, as far as I know, to take over an arc culturally, so I don't think I have to worry about that, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We've got the Trade Clearing Bureau, so that's going to help. Now getting 4.5k income per turn. Let's just grab this for the hell of it, and then we'll grab that, and then that, and then that. So we kind of got a plan for quite a while for Jaya. Over here in Justium, we're still producing stuff. Let's get that going as well. Again, we're kind of going for a peaceful route here. Or at least less violent. Okay, so can we afford to get another brand here? Yes, we can. Okay. So that could be vital to helping us survive that gigantic attack wave that we got out there. I'm surprised that this guy's taking this route instead of going through Zinnius. I don't really understand that. Alright. You. Alright, we'll go with food. And you. Why is this guy leveling so quickly? Jesus. Alright, so plus 40% has gone up to plus 80%, which is pretty nuts. Could reduce the cost of upkeep for this guy, but I don't really care that much. So can't remember which of these actually matters. I don't think any of them actually. Yeah, so I think we just go for war stuff at this point, so we'll just take another level of the Actually, let's check the war things around here. Percent damage on the ship, though. Damage on fleet is much, much better than that. Yeah. Alright, so that's good. Let's go ahead and just check what we got going on here. Okay, so our capital. Ooh, some high-level ruins. Let's go ahead and get the analytical engine, though. I think that's time for that now. And then we kind of want to get both the Zion Cartel and the Borers Guild whatever. So we'll grab all that. So yeah, production here is absolutely bullshit. Part of it's also because we're getting like an additional plus 50 from there, and then like from here we're getting... Oh, that's where part of that's coming from. Okay, well, interesting. So our influence from our capital is actually kind of ridiculous, but that is perfectly fine. Let's just check our finances here and our trade companies and stuff like that. So we're up to 84% on trade experience. I kind of actually want to buy another trade ship, but yeah, we don't have any money right now since we spent it all on another fighter, so, or warship rather. Alright, I think I needed to get this guy the hell out of here, and I forgot to do that. I don't think I'm at war with the Sophons this time, though. Oop, here these guys are. Hello, these guys. Let's hit advanced. And these guys should be dead. Oh, they are actually fighting me. Okay, so they've spread their fleets out into 3 different areas. So what this means is that my ships are probably not actually going to destroy every single ship on their fleet there. But what will happen is that because of the different routes that our ships are taking, with my ships guaranteed to be in this lane here, and one of their ships sort of here, and their other ships over here, they're not ever going to actually be able to fight me, because this one ship is going to get blown up immediately, and then I'm going to take a damage penalty and an accuracy penalty, and he's going to have an accuracy bonus and an accuracy buff and damage buff. But since he's not capable of fighting back, it doesn't matter dick. Like, the more lanes you're in over your enemy, you get this plus 10% damage on fleet, and plus 5% accuracy on fleet. So all his damage is higher compared to mine, but it doesn't matter at all because he can't fire at me. So here comes my ships opening up on this poor ship that they put in the middle, who's just like, oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? So yeah, they kind of needed to actually have everything stacked up in the middle and not got the bonus. But this means that even my weakest ships, if I had put like one really weak ship up top here that had no way in hell of killing both of these cruisers, I still would have, I would have lost because my cruisers would have ended up getting too close and then exploding. But so in this case, like we've taken out one of them and we've now shifted fire because our long-range weapons are capable of firing cross-lane. So you can actually see us firing away at another one of their cruisers, and it's taking some pretty fast damage here. Because our weapons are actually quite effective at long range anyway, it doesn't really matter too much that we're at these longer distances. And this ship is going to go down relatively soon, and then we'll start working on their last of the cruisers, and all that's going to be left is this little escort-y type ship. And they will never get into close range. Ha ha ha. This is why these short-range beams kind of suck. Long-range missiles can actually make up for it if you're good at predicting, because you can just have everything sort of stacked up in an off lane that no one's going to have any troops in. And hopefully, like, the enemy's so weak in that lane that you just annihilate them with missiles before they can actually do anything, and then you sort of turn your long-range missiles to other lanes. It's kind of cheesy, but it's one of the reasons why the short-range laser's so shit. You can see us, like, pounding away at this guy with our cannons now, but not with the broadsides. And this is because of the way the mechanics work in terms of, like, facing, because the broadsides actually, it matters which weapons are in which direction. This is why I actually kind of like the kinetics on turret, because the kinetics on turret are capable of intercepting missiles even from cross lanes, so we might not actually kill this guy, but that's okay, honestly. I think they've got more armor than they have got shields anyhow, so... But yeah, this has dramatically reduced their fleet in terms of its power, while our fleet has not even taken a scratch. Like, we haven't even come under fire yet. All that's worn out of our fleet is the gun barrels from all that firing. And it's saying, like, minor victory, but reality is this is a pretty overwhelming strategic victory for us. So a couple imposers are dead, and this leaves the fleet, honestly, pretty much defanged in the event that they try to fight us again. Alright, let's go ahead and actually not merge these fleets up, so that I can get 2 fights if I have to. We'll go ahead and fight with these guys, and we'll not watch this. And this guy should automatically be destroyed since we cut off one of the routes that he would try to jump to, so... Oh, nope. Where the hell is he going to? He's still allowed to go to here. That I don't think he's supposed to be able to, but whatever. Okay. Lots of sterile planets here. 3 sterile planets again. Yeah, I think we go for another Borer's Guild. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's about all we need to do as far as that goes. Was there more production I needed somewhere? I can't remember. Either way, slowly wearing that place down, that's fine. Building stuff there, building stuff there, building stuff there. It looks like we're building something everywhere. Okay, there we go. And we got 2 ships now in Iena with a total fleet power of 6. Still at a disadvantage compared to the enemy, but in the area, but should be okay. Hit done there just so that we can quickly get to this. Oops. Okay, merge these guys together. Alright, so they've got a stack of 9. These are all weapon 8s plus a hero ship. Scientist type, so he might have long-range weapons there. They want a truce, they want me to pay them a whole crap load of money, I refuse. I really don't get that one. Okay, got a couple brands here. Let's go ahead and fight this one out, I think. And what we do is pick barrage fire again. Oh, they actually haven't got an imposer. What we're going to do is go into the advanced tab, and again we're going to stack ourselves into the all one lane here. And this is going to be, again, long range lane. Actually, they'll probably pick Get Lucky again. What we could do is actually stack them both in this lane. Oh, apparently not. Oh, I guess I need one person in mid lane. Okay, whatever. So barrage fire is fine in this particular case. So let's go ahead and fight this. Decisive victory, all their fleet ran away, so... they're heading their fleet down to Kal, which is interesting. We should be able to actually automatically kill them. This guy gained another level. Let's get this again. And we now have access to the top tier skills, which don't really actually like, but eh. Anyway. And we should be able to... Actually, no, I can't destroy that because we already used our fight. Okay, well... That, I suppose, is okay. And I guess we send this guy up to Ying, since that's what we were going to do. It'll get us information on the way, so that's fine. Oh, Ibani is actually getting slammed here. I can't actually get rid of this problem here. But honestly, I didn't really care about their bonuses, and I didn't really care too much about their planets, so what I could do is just fight those guys later, but... Also, what the hell's going on here? Graphius, it's another revealer. Send that new ship that we got over towards there. So we'll send this guy over to Volan's. Have him start killing everything that heads over there, but... I don't know. It'll take a little while for these guys to fall, but how much longer till I can unpeace with those guys, I wonder. Do I want to get dust microloans? That doesn't actually really do anything for us. Let's get survival suits and titanium electroplating, get up to the next tier of that. I think... I'm not too worried about these wartime things here. We could get something like interspecies HR, though, which could be useful later. Hyperpacks could also be useful for colonizing toxic worlds if we wanted to start doing that. It also lets us colonize more planets, but we're not too worried about that. So I don't have to worry about any of that stuff all that much. Yeah, I think we stick with what we're doing to a certain extent there. I could have gone and gotten Astrofinance. But it's not actually that much dust. Like, you'd be surprised at how little you actually get getting that. It's still something I should be getting because it's like our victory condition, but... okay. I think we're gonna suicide scout this area, and by that I just mean run in, scout the stuff there, and then hope that we don't die, but Evasive maneuvers. Okay, that's kind of crap actually, but worth trying. Okay. Lots of action going on around this sector here. Okay, what's this? Is this pirates? Oh, those are revealers. Wonder what the hell's going on as far as the gray color there. Well, either way. How much longer am I truced out with these guys? Because I want to declare war on them.
One day the Empire may fall, but it will never kneel.
Let's see here. Truce with, okay. Hmm. 7 more turns, so he'll probably be able to take those guys out in 7 turns, but if I'm able to wipe out his fleet as soon as he sort of pops off there, then that would be the ideal situation. The only problem is, like, the only reason I'm not going to fight too hard over it or declare war on him over Ibani is that Ibani is a crappy system, so who cares, kind of thing, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright, we're now up to 5,000 dust per turn, which is pretty good. I think part of it's due to our population increasing here. Alright, that's done, that's fine. Okay, we get a new trade company HQ now. We're going to build that one up in Iena, actually. Trade company subsidiary. Oops, is that the right thing? No, trade company HQ we want to build here. So that's going to be good. And we can't afford to actually finish that, but that's fine. We'll sort of work towards being able to pay that off quickly. Over here we can go ahead and fight these trade ships. Get 900 bucks. That's pretty good. And over here we can grab, like, I don't know, this or something. Sure. We're sort of out of the economic bonuses that I could potentially be getting, so just sort of have to run with the warlike ones. Procyon over here. What do we do? Solar Security Operations Base. I think we grab that. That's fine. And at some point we should actually be building a bunch of brands. So, ooh, wow! Look at our. Oh my God! What the crap? Holy shit! What is our production? Holy shit! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We were getting 6 brands in 1 turn and a solar security operations. There's something bizarre going on with our like what happens is, like, sometimes you build something that doesn't count for that and it sort of pools production. So clearly that's what happened here. But in any event, let's go ahead and actually get another trade vessel here. So got 2 of those now. We're not really getting much in terms of those sort of resources, and that's fine, but I do want to get a trade company up and running here in Iena so that we can get more of that transvine, that delicious, delicious transvine. Okay, that place is going to be a while before it's sieged down any, but let's run our scout ship actually up there as well. Might as well. There's nothing it's doing. It's not doing anything where it is. What the Christ is going on over here? Okay, so I can barrage fire and actually still win with just gouges probably, but an Imposer is actually a little bit tough, but the Weapon 8 isn't, and honestly they're both at half health, so we should be able to kill. Yeah, we killed them both before they could even deal any damage, so. The gouge actually right now, because of the weapons upgrades that we've been finding, are actually pretty powerful, so. That's kind of lovely. I wish that people couldn't attack your allies. Like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that they can. There's only one hot arid world here, so the AI labor doesn't really help a ton. Actually, there's a sterile cold world, so that actually does help there too. Okay, so this isn't actually that bad. It would be essentially plus 15 per population. We only got like 1 population here, is how you should think about it. And 1, in fact, is not even inhabited because we don't have the ability to colonize Arctic. So actually, that's pretty crap. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's see here. Could get a trade company subsidiary down here, though. I don't think that's really where we want it, necessarily. Jaya might be a better option. Maybe Justium would be okay, actually. Yeah, okay, we'll actually get it in Justium, that's fine. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. We'll want to enhance that with the, yeah, I thought so. So if we get the Zune cartel, that'll help out a little bit with the happiness problem. We have got 2 sterile worlds, so we'll get the Boars, Guild Bourse or whatever, and then Social Securities. And we'll get the AI labor sort of in there somewhere. I don't really care as much, but actually, this place really benefits from the interplanetary, well, it doesn't really, there's only 2 planets, but that's pretty good still. So we'll slip this in over here, I guess, and that costs 0 turns, so that'll help us with the rest of the production. And what we should probably actually do is work on the tech that lets us colonize Arctic worlds, which is, I think, over here. Steps. Alright, so there we go. And then we should probably grab these as well, just for the hell of it, honestly. Yeah, I'm glad I did that, because now I can get that in this turn, because it's such a cheap tech to get. Okay, perfect. Alright, so this is all a bit of a clusterfuck, honestly. That's fine, that's fine. Alright, what do we do now? Alright, so Procyon now just has a massive fleet. Good, that's lovely. I can actually send some of this off into some pretty important areas here. What are they complaining about? It's probably this guy heading through the area here. I don't think very much of our other stuff actually counts towards them complaining, so it's not much I can do. It's already on the way, and it can't really change course once it's in the middle of that, so it also can't really be stopped. Alright, so this fleet just bounced into here. They shouldn't be able to recover, and I should be able to do this bullshit strategy again where they just can't destroy me, and I can freely destroy a whole bunch of their ships. And they can't run this time. And their entire fleet is just dead. I did actually take a little bit of damage, it looks like, though. Yeah, wow, we did. Okay, interesting. So they got within tickling distance and then tickled us a little bit and then died. Good, good, good. Okay. So south is the big prize for us. We're going to head fleet up towards there. Actually, what we're going to do is have these guys stay here and continue garrisoning there to make sure we don't get cheesed. But, I'm going to grab 3 of you guys. Send you guys straight up to self. Then you 2. Going to create a fleet with you guys and send you off to Justium. And the reason we're sending them to Justium is because they can protect us over there a little bit. Now what do we want here? Graviton shielded laboratories plus 30 and plus 2 per pop, and it's not assigned to anything in particular, so it works really well for us. So this will be a big science boost. We've also apparently just got the ability to build more brands. Holy crap, what is this production? Oh my god. Maybe I should build Denark, actually. Oh my god. Can I bump this to get a 1-turn Denark? Holy shit. That's kind of crazy. Huh. Okay, I'll think about that, actually. You know what? No, we're gonna get that. We'll get that here. I think that's fine. After this, we'll be able to like switch over to public 3D printing and just have money. We'll have money shooting out of our anuses, guys, and we'll have enough money to actually have a plural of anuses. It's gonna be gross. Actually, it's gonna be kind of. I don't think it's gonna be a pretty sight. I don't think we want to see it happening. Anyway. All right, what have we got going on over here? More of inundation of dust, and we're certainly in an inundation of dust. 5.2k per turn. And over here, this guy who seems to be getting a level every single turn here. Let's just get 40% health on fleet. Sure, why not? If I need to really win a goddamn fight, I can just send him off and have him help out there or whatever. Yeah, we got this now. Slowly bombarding the ever-loving hell out of Safe, who has a ton of defenses there. Oop, can build stuff on Primus. And on Primus, we're probably looking at getting the Graviton shielded laboratories here. And then maybe get the Zune Cartel as well there, plus 5 happiness. Get us at cap. What we eventually want to do is get rid of the toys for Boy's Edict. Okay, so that still has a little bit of time there, I think. Their population's actually 1. Maybe they don't have that much time. I don't know if they're sieging or if they're actually land invading. Okay, I kind of want to just go in and save the day sort of thing there. I'm going to send the fleet so I've got the option. If I hadn't been siphoning energy off these guys all this time, I would have actually been able to do it. Alright, whatever. Okay, sure. I think we hit end turn here. Let's just check what these other scout ships and so on and so forth are doing. Okay, so this guy's the only one that needs this change. He needs to be in the defensive stance. Okay, that's fine. Now the problem is, like, all my trade is going to get blockaded if I build a trade route in safe, which is a little bit unfortunate, but... Ooh, we got something I can check in Jaya. Okay, yeah, think about that later. Okay, we'll get this guy from Justium down to Jaya. I think we've got access to the next tier of luxuries, so if there's any of those around us, that would be nice to know. Alright, another instant 3-point fleet, and we're working on Dinark, and that's gross. Shit, I had something in Justium. Good times, good times. Right, well, I'm not too concerned about that, honestly. Ooh, there's something in Orm, too. Nope, these guys are no longer being sieged for some reason or another. I don't really know why, but maybe they anticipated that I'm going to, like, just go in there and fuck their shit up. Anyway, I should be actually allowed to evacuate the system now, but I guess I don't have to for a little while. Because I do get more stuff out of them when they're not being evacuated. Or have not been evacuated. We can now get optics research labs. We're only content on this planet, though, so that wouldn't be that sensible. So this is a place that the Xeon cartels would make sense there. Since we have 2 trade companies, that's actually really good. Could get a trade company subsidiary here, too. Maybe we do that. Sure, let's go ahead and do that. It'll earn us a little bit more money. Over here... I think we're just about going to call this an episode here. Weapon 10, still the short-range types. These guys really don't adapt their tactics very well, do they? Yeah, one of these days I'll figure out what the calculation is that lets me determine how much experience I'm gaining with these guys, but for now, I'm just going to take advantage of the fact that I seem to gain a level every single turn. Oh yeah, so they must have cut off their trade route that was to their capital, so they're losing a lot of money from that. Over here, this is probably going to take forever and a year. Okay, what have we got over here? So this is probably a new tier of luxuries, I think, or unless we didn't have the orichalcux and... Oh, we didn't actually have the orichalcux and the other thing yet. Okay. So there's 2 more metal resources that we didn't have access to yet. I could actually just turn this guy around first. I could also just build a scout ship like a sensible person, but I don't think we're going to do the sensible thing. Where's the fun in that? Okay, let's send these guys off to Zinnius. I think that ought to be useful for teaching a guy a lesson. Okay, so we're gaining quite a lot of very rapid advances in terms of like production and stuff like that. Just all of a sudden, just more production. I'm actually going to drop another Oculus here, actually. Why not? I'm no longer capable of building brands. I think we're out of... yeah, we're out of Hyperium because I have just drained our reserves dry building 1 trillion of those things all at once, basically. So we're going to actually have to go down here and get the expanded mines. I'm actually going to do that after the trade company subsidiary. Just so that we get that faster. Hyperium a bit faster. Where else do we produce Hyperium out of? I don't think we actually have very many Hyperium producing planets. Tikal will be if we get that, but we're not really colonizing there so much as we are just durfing around like idiots. Alright. Why are you gaining so many levels? God damn it. Alright. Okay. But anyway, that seems like it's... Oh, wow, that's worrying. Maybe I should be fighting the Siphons. Huh. Alright, well, either way. I think that's just about our episode for today. I think we'll work on... Keep working on money, I think. Something like... I don't really even know here. Quantized careful sweeping might be, at this point, a good one. It's only 75 per planet, but then it gets modified by a bunch of other stuff, so it kind of is better than you'd think, but still. Maybe we go for just really big fleets right now. Getting access to this increases our fleet cap by quite a bit, but we don't actually have that many ship designs, so we probably also want to get split-second ablatives, and that should be enough, actually, for the time being, but yeah. Anyway, hope you found this episode enjoyable. I'm having a hell of a lot of fun playing this particular game, doing the derpy things that we're doing. We've just suddenly exploded in terms of efficiency, and I think that's actually kind of interesting to see. So anyway, hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.